Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shahin. Welcome back to Web Technologies class. Today let us discuss on HTML basic elements. The first one is block and inline elements. So here every HTML element has a default display value that is depending on what type of element it is. So there are two display values, block and inline. So block level element always start on a new line and takes up the full width available. So in that div element is used. Next, so this is the syntax for the div element. Inline element does not start on a new line and it takes up as much as width as necessary. So span is an inline element. So the div or actually the div element is often used as a container for other HTML elements, and the div element has no required attributes, but style, class and ID are common. So when used together with CSS, the div element can be used to style blocks of content. Whereas the span element is an inline container which is used to mark up the part of the text or part of the document. So the span element has no required attributes, but style, class and ID are common here. When used with CSS, the span element can be used to style parts of the text. So in general, there are two display elements, display values, block and inline. So block level element always start on a new line and takes up the full width available. And inline element does not start on a new line and it takes only, it will take as much width as necessary. The div element is a block level and is often used as container for other HTML elements. The span element is an inline container that is used to mark up part of the text or part of the document. Next, coming to HTML tables. So table represents tabular data. A table consists of one or several rows. So tables comprised of several core tags such as table tag, tr tag and td tag. So tr tag is used to create a table row and td tag is used to create tabular data or cell. So tables should not be used for layout. So for this we need to use CSS floats and positioning styles instead. So complete HTML table in which table rows split into three semantic sections, that is header, body and footer. So T head denotes table header and contains TH elements instead of TD elements. T body denotes collection of table rows that contain the very data, and T foot denotes table footer but comes before the T body tag. See, call group and call defines columns, that is mostly used to set the column width. So the table is one of the most useful HTML constructs, and tables are find overall web application. So the main use of table is that they are used to structure the pieces of information and to structure the whole web page. So everything that we write between these two tags, that within the table is forms the table, and the attributes of the table will control in formatting of the table. Cell padding determines how much space there is between the contents of the cell and its border. Cell spacing sets the amount of white space between the cells. Width attribute sets the amount of screen that table will use. So the subtag of table will be tr, th and so on. Td is the subtag of table heading. And color and image can also be used with the tables. That is, color can be used for background elements and links. To change the color of the link or page background, hexadecimal values are placed in the body tag. So the vlink attribute is the color of the links that are visited recently, and a-link the color of the currently active link. So images are one of the aspect of web pages. So loading of images is a slow process, and if too many images are used, then the download time becomes intolerable. So browsers display a limited range of image types. So background is used to set the background image present in the URL. So another tag that displays the image in the web page which appears in the body of the text rather than the whole page is image source. So this is an example for table creation. So table tag is used to create row tr is used. TD is for table cells in the table. So this is the complete HTML table example. So this is the head, foot of the table. Then last comes the body of the table. So TH is the header closing and these are for columns. So that previous example defines the table to be of this way. Cell spacing defines the space between cells and cell padding defines the space around the cell content. So this is an example for cell spacing and padding. So here we can see that to represent row number 2, 1, we need to write like this. So it defines how many columns the cell occupies and how many rows the cell occupies. So this is an example for column and row span. So let us see an example for working of table. Here if you could see, we have created name, marks, and various options like each student name with the different marks and their subjects. So the output looks like this. We were created for two students. Name and marks were the majority field, and then two data were given, and subjects were specified as Power Builder, Visual Basic, and Developer 2000. The next example is giving colors or formatting the tables. Okay, to format the table, again the same BG color is used, but in the table itself we need to specify, and if we give the table border and if we specify border color, then we can get a result in specified color. Next, coming to HTML forms. These are used to collect user data from the web page. So they are the best way of adding interactivity of element in the web page. So they are usually used to let the user to send information back to the server, but can also be used to simplify navigation on complex websites. So the tags that are used to implement forms are form action. So form action equal to we can give the URL and method usually is you post or get, and then we need to end the form tag. When get is used, the data is included as part of the URL. The post method encodes the data within the body of the message. So post can be used to send large amount of data and it is more secure than get. The tags used inside the tag are input type. In input type, we can also specify it as text or password or checkbox or radio or submit. So these are the possibilities for an input type. The attribute type is you specifies the type of the box. So here is an example for creating a form. So action attributes tells where the form should be sent. That is the URL to be specified here. This is for single line input. For multi-line, we can use text area. If you specify only text, it is a single line input. If we use text area, a paragraph can be given. If we make a type equal to hidden, then all passwords, confidential data will appear as star. So text it is used to input the characters of size n, and if the value is given, that it is used as the default value. It uses single line of text and each component can be given a separate name using the name attribute. Password is it works exactly as text, but the content is not displayed to the screen. Instead, an asterisk is used. Radio button. This is creates a radio button, and they are always grouped together with the same name but different values. Next, checkbox. It provides a simple checkbox and where all the values can be selected, unlike radio buttons. If submit button, this creates a button which displays the value attribute as its text. It is used to send data to the server. Then we have select. Select name equal to any value. That is, this tag helps to have list of item from which a user can choose. So the name of the particular select tag and the name of the chosen option are returned. Here the option value is under selection. The select statement will have several options from which the user can choose. So the value will be displayed as the user moves through the list and the chosen one returned to the server. And finally we can have text area. So this creates a free format of the plain text into which the user can enter anything they like, and the area will be sized at rows by columns but supports automatic scrolling. So file select boxes. So if you want to allow the user to upload a file to your website, you will definitely need to use the file upload box. So which is also known as file select box. This is also created using the input element, but type attribute is set to file. Next, labels. They are used to associate with an explanatory text to a form using the field ID. So when we have multiple text with this ID, with this label only, we can differentiate them. And clicking on the label focuses its associated field. So labels are both usable and accessible feature in order to pass the accessibility validation. So text input control. So let us see one by one how the text boxes, how the controls are created. So this is an one line input field. Form we have to open with a form tag. Then the label is first name. New line is given. So the text box is appearing in the next line. If we don't use break tag there, then it will be appearing adjacent to the label itself. Next is last name. So two text box were created. Next, file select box. Here also we need to use form tag and in that input type equal to file. So this specifies the name and you can we will get a option button so that we can choose to select our file that we want to upload. So the buttons can be of these types. Four options: submit, reset button and image. So this will create a button that will automatically submit the form. Reset will automatically resets all form control initial values. Then button is used to create or trigger any event in the client side when the user clicks that button. And image is a clickable button that we can use an image as background to the button. So in this example, let us see a form creation of form, that is we are using it post method. So the input we have used is subject and it is about academic information and three option values are BA, BS and MBA. And we have student ID, password, personal details such as first name, last name and email and other details. Once the personal detail is filled, the user can submit the form. So we are using form input tag option values, that is for select name equal to. So we can choose either of this. All three will appear there. So we can choose either of this. Then labels student ID, password. So for that we need to create text boxes. Again for everything, gender, email, and here we have paragraphs. We can have the terms and conditions in the paragraph. So once this is done, this will be our output. We have academic information as its header. then degree. So if we click here, we can have multiple options, then student ID, then again classes attended, all these terms and conditions that we give. Once we give send form, all this data will be submitted. If we give clear form, it will be resetted to the original value, this is the initial value. This is the creation of form. Next, coming to HTML frames. So they are used to divide your browser window into multiple sections where each section can load a separate HTML document. So a collection of frames in the browser window is known as frame set. The window is divided into frames in a similar way the tables that are organized into rows and columns. So to use frames on a page, we need to use frame set tag instead of body tag. So frame set tags defines how to divide the windows into frames. The rows attribute of the frame set tag defines horizontal frames and the calls attribute defines vertical frames. So each frame is indicated by frame tag and it defines in which HTML document shall open into the frame. So frame set is required and columns we have given, which means vertical frames. So three names we have given for the frame. And these frames are not supported in HTML5. So we can see that example. We have created 4 frames. As we have specified columns, it is a vertical frame. So these provide a pleasing interface which makes your website easy to navigate. When we talk about frames, actually we are referring to frame set, which is a special type of web page. The frame set contains set of references to HTML files, each of which is displayed inside a separate frame. So there are two tags related to frames, frame set and frame. So frame set columns and frame set frame name. These are essential. This is in this we have given rows equal to. So one frame we have created using rows attribute so that we have one horizontal frame. Again, we can also format the frames with the various formatting options, which is similar to the previous things. So previously we discussed about background color. Either we can give the color or the hexadecimal value. So in the same way here also we can do it. Thank you.